You guys, hey y'all, this is the second video pertaining to this garden for today. And the reason one, so y'all can see my face, because I know I posted videos in some of the Black Girls Garden and other groups and they never see my face. But they always see my hands. I am who I say I am. But hey y'all, I'm Rashida Monique. I am gardening in Michigan Zone 6A. I have 5 garden beds now. I have a few things in ground. I have a lot of garden plans in my head for the future, and I also have some things in gardening in grow bags. I don't know who y'all just post on YouTube I just replied to, but they were talking about challenges of summer gardening, and I'm gonna do this while I'm in the car finishing getting ready for work. So I went home, separated my produce, put my lemon basil in some water. I did not wash my produce, I just separated. So I got my peppers in one container, my tomatoes in another, and my beans in another, and they're sitting on the counter. Showered, got dressed for work. I didn't comb my fro, y'all. I moisturized it though. And so now, Mary Kay lip gloss. If you need some, go to my website. marykay.com/ourbrandage. But so mom asleep. I came over here to see mom. My sister fixed me breakfast when she fixed her mom breakfast. So I'm not caregiving by myself. My sister and my brother and those that help us, it's a village that takes care of mom. So that's the blessing that I have. But I'm looking for earrings, y'all, because I didn't wear earrings yesterday, and I'm like, I need to put on some earrings. But so challenges in the garden this year. I started late because I was not prepared. Well, I knew I wanted to do a garden, but I kept saying, well, it's cold, it's, you know, frost ain't done, we not done to having frost. So, and I didn't at that time, had never grew anything from seed. I always buy seedlings. And so I just waited to get my beds, waited to put them up, waited to put soil in them, and then I finally was like, girl, go get this stuff and put something in these beds. I think these are 2 different gold earrings, right, in my purse. I know for sure the other one of this one is in my bedroom. Anyway, I know for sure. So, oh, dollars. So I started late. I didn't plant my garden until June the 10th. My starts, and then on the 18th I planted my first seed potatoes. And then I did some on the, I think on the 25th, and then I did some in August. So I still have potatoes on my porch. So that was one of the challenges. I started late. In Michigan, a lot of us had that smoke from Canada's wildfires. And air quality being down. So those days I couldn't work out in the garden, or I worked out there as much as I could. And benefit tickets. I'm finding everything but a matching pair of earrings. So here we go. I think I got it, y'all. Hold up. They ain't not mates either, y'all. But so we got the wildfire. So dealing with the air quality, still caregiving, still working full time, right? So you got to care for yourself. So it's like, yeah. Let me see. Other challenges. I learned. So when I put the soil in, my dad was like, you gonna put something else in there? I was like, nah, it's organic, blah, blah, blah. And even though the bag said add fertilizer, I was like, I got time to add fertilizer. But then it was a long time before I went and bought fertilizer and added fertilizer, right? So the first tomatoes I got had bottom end rot. And I'm like, why do I have bottom end rot I got a pair. Y'all praise God for a pair of earrings. Why do I have bottom end rod? And I knew it was like a calcium because I saw videos talk about like a calcium. So, I, instead of feed this, Burpees General, was it tomato and veggie fertilizer? It says feeds your plants up to 3 months. I was like, well, this is the only fertilizer I got. So I just did it twice, 2 weeks in a row, 3 weeks in a row. And then I went and got some worm castings from Walmart and put them down. No more bottom end rod. Okay, so I was like, okay, so I need to add stuff to my soil. So I've been adding that to my soil. Not realizing, so I said lack of knowledge. Not realizing that fertilizer is good for tomatoes and veggies per se, but it doesn't help produce fruit for my peppers and for my beans because it doesn't have enough calcium and phosphorus, if I'm saying that right. And if I'm not, y'all gonna correct me. I know you are, so correct me so I know. So I was like, okay, so now I need to go get me something else. So I get me something else. Lack of time. So I work 40 hours a week. I commute, so that's an hour and a half of driving a day. I minister. My dad's a pastor, newly appointed pastor. We lost our founding pastor during COVID. So we're rebuilding, because if you don't know, I mean, if you don't attend church or you attend church and you have people back in church, there's a lot of people that's not back in church yet. They going to work, they going to grocery store, but they're not back in church yet. So we're rebuilding, right? And we have a beautiful old building that's paid for. But you know what happens when you've been shut down for a year and you've been doing like basic maintenance? A lot of stuff need to be maintained. So what we did during the pandemic, we got a roof put on during the pandemic. We got gutters put on during the pandemic. Right now we're looking at getting lights and cameras for security. We're cleaning this huge building that has like an upstairs, a main floor, and a basement, the classrooms and fellowship hall and all the things, with a very small congregation, which is work when you're leadership, because if nobody show up, leadership shows up, right? So time, because I go to work, I need to leave here at 12:15 if I'm gonna be to work at 1. I ain't gonna be to work till 2 today. So I get home. Let's say I work 8 hours, right? 2 to 10. Leave work, get home an hour later, or 45 minutes later. That's almost 11 o'clock. Get into bed. Probably don't doze off till like midnight, right? Get up, right? You have whatever your morning routine is. And it's like, I don't do as much as I did, which is come straight over here to my parents' house, which we stay next door, close next door. When I say next door, it's like my house, a lot, and my parents' house. We own the lot, right? So do breakfast, do whatever needs to be done, pack myself up, go to work, come back at night, do it all over again. Except for Tuesday nights, I spend the night so my sister can go home. Friday night, Saturday night, stay all day Saturday, right? So the times I have to work in the garden is, okay, so Mom, I'm having a good day. Mom, I'm about to go out to the garden right quick. I got my cell phone, you got your cell phone, call me if you need me, type deal. Or my sister's here and she's like, well, I'm up, I'm doing breakfast, whatever. I was like, well, I want to go to the garden. She's like, okay, we'll go to the garden. And then I'll spend the morning like I did today in the garden. Then sometimes on Sundays after church, because usually there's people here visiting, or for dinner or whatever. And while they're visiting, Mama is occupied, taken care of. I come out here in the garden and do what I need to do. And that's how I garden this year. So that was another challenge. But I overcame them, and I have a harvest. I don't have the harvest that I envisioned in my head, but I have the harvest. And so I'm thankful for the harvest. I'm grateful for what God allowed me to experience. And as my friend Pamela Booker says, you don't know what you don't know. I'm gonna tell you what I didn't know. When I was gardening in the apartment building, I knew that it was an extension of Michigan State University's college. And so my last year in that apartment building, I saw them come and take stuff out the dirt. And I'm like, what are they doing? Then they came back and they brought dirt and they brought this and they brought that and they topped off the beds. So what I know now is like, oh, they probably were taking samples, seeing what the pH was and what they needed. Because in that garden, you could not add any fertilizer or any insecticides. And everything had to be grown organically in that garden. So when I planted in the apartment, all I had to do was put my seedlings in and water and weed. That's all I had to do, and my stuff grew and it flourished. Now I know that they amended those beds. So when we went to grow something, we didn't have to do it. When I tell you it was worth every penny to rent that space, because they were, when I started, they were $20 per bed for the summer. So $20 for the whole summer for a 4x6, I think it was 4x6 beds. That's 24 cubic square feet. That was yeah, 24 square feet. 24 square feet of, I said cubic, but it's not cubic. 24 square feet of space for $20. And then they went to $25. And so the first year I think I got 1 plot, and then the years after that I got 3. Every year after that I was doing three garden beds in my apartment complex. And I didn't have to do any of that. So this year I'm learning about fertilizing and putting things in the soil and amendments. Like, I didn't watch gardening videos or anything when I was gardening before. And I was at that apartment. I moved in 2015. I moved in after they rented the garden. So I didn't get a garden in 2015. I got a garden in 2016. I gardened to 2017. That's the year my godmother passed. That was a struggle garden too, and neglected garden, and I still had a harvest. And then I didn't garden in 2018, and then I gardened in 2019, 2020, and 2021. Because I moved in 2022, so I didn't rent a garden space because I know I was moving. So, yeah, so that's part of my gardening story. I thought I'd get on here and let you guys see my face where I wasn't like having the camera like, you know, looking crazy and got my garden hat on. I am about to head to work. I ordered me some garden boots because I'm looking at everybody. I wear runner tennis shoes just for support and breathability because I don't like hot feet. And almost every morning I go outside, my feet, I come back in the house with wet feet. Socks are wet, shoes are wet. Now I just pick a different pair of shoes to, you know, go to work. So I was like, girl, get you some boots so you can go out here in this rain and fall weather and dewy mornings and different things and do your gardening. So I ordered me some boots from Kohl's. They were on sale for $29.99. They're ankle boots. They're not my color that I normally would pick, but they wear in the rain and out in the thing. I didn't want to buy calf boots. I wanted calf boots, but because I have big calves and most calf boots don't fit my calf, I didn't even bother. So yeah, all right, you guys, I just wanted to say hey, do a little garden chat. My next video, I think my next garden video is going to be a seed inventory video, I think. Y'all have a wonderful and a blessed day. And I always say, remember that you are blessed. You are highly favored. You're the apple of your Father's eye. He is absolutely and positively concerned about you. He thinks that you are the best thing since sliced bread. You can cast your cares upon him and know that God cares for you and that he loves you with an everlasting love. And there's nothing and no thing you can do about it. So you have a wonderful and a blessed day.